What's going on, family? How y'all doing out there today? This is episode 6 of the Pharaohs Podcast. I am your host, Solomon. I am joined today by Mr. What's Good himself, Israel.
What's good?
And I'm also joined, you got to be a doctor in the house because we got now the
Oh my
prophet,
God.
Major
Dr. Luke,
prophet. The major
major
prophet.
prophet.
What's going on? What's going on, family?
What's going on? How y'all feeling? What's going on?
Man, it's another day in paradise. It's a Monday. The weather's nice, 90 degrees and sunny out here.
Man, it's hot as hell out here. What you talking about nice? I had to turn on my air conditioner just to go to the grocery store. I said, wait a minute.
Man,
Hey, to be
They
in the
call it Hot Atlanta for a reason.
hey, the Windy City keeping up, y'all. We up there too. We looking at about 90 all week long. 94 today was the high. It's hot right now, but things been going good. Like Israel said, living in paradise.
Yeah, it's the summertime for sure.
Yeah.
How was y'all weekend?
man, my weekend was great. Let's see, it's all the same. Sometimes I can't remember because it be so much that be going on. But work Saturday, so Saturday night, stayed in the crib. Sunday, spent the time with my Blaxican family, Mexican Blaxican family down here with my godson and my one of my best friends. Went out to Lake Alatuna, you know, and it rained for about a good 30 minutes up there. And ate some good food, came back, chill, and hey, it's Monday all over again. I don't think I did too much Friday night either, so it's been a somewhat chill weekend.
Well, mine was pretty good. Like they said, like y'all heard, I got elevated to a major prophet, which is cool. But it's Father's Day weekend, so I enjoyed it. I had my daughters with me, and it was good. It was a great weekend. Um, Today was good too because they back with their mama, so I'm able to get some work done. I'm able to get some work done, get some things done that I need to get done. But overall, it was a great weekend. Great weekend.
My weekend, I'll be working and stuff, but I did take some time out to go see Bad Boys this weekend.
Snap,
So
was it good?
yeah, it was real entertaining. Bad Boys for life. They old now though. It's time to they the bad men now. They need to go ahead and pass it off to somebody a little younger than them now.
I'm pretty sure they was having them old jokes in there, wasn't it? When they was throwing them jokes in there on Martin
A little bit, yeah, for
a
sure.
little bit.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit for sure. But it was real entertaining though. That was my little, I guess, Father's Day weekend thing that I did. Other than that, um,
Self-care.
yeah,
That was
self
a
care.
self-care thing.
That was a self care thing, yeah. Um, Other than that, I had just chilled out, went to work. That was it. But
Work, 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 work.
Israel, I know you was talking about, self care, and that bring us to today's topic today, and that is today we in June. We It's Men's Health Month. It's Men's Health Month.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead, Israel, take it away.
Man, it is Men's Health Month. Can you still see me?
No, you just went out for a second.
It's not.
No,
All right, hold up. So, yeah, I was trying to pull something up. Should have pulled it up earlier. So, with Men's Health Month, right? It's like, what do you do? There we go. What do you do for your mental health? You know, oftentimes people they always attend to the ladies and their mental health, but it's like with the man's supposed to be the man, not supposed to talk about his feelings, share his feelings, his thoughts, or nothing, because at the end of the day, when he does, they still don't care and they're not valid. But it's important to take care of your mental health because us as black men, we go through so much day in and day out, being judged by society, judged by family, judged by the job, strangers, just judged in general by each other. And we go through so much pressure, whether we do or don't know what it is we supposed to do when it comes to work, when it comes to life. And sometimes it's like you don't know who to ask. You don't know who to ask because you never been in a situation. But if you ask somebody about your situation, they gonna judge you because you going through this situation. And it's like, oh, you supposed to figure it out.
Yeah, figuring it out.
And yeah, the whole figuring it out thing, like it's not, I don't know what happened. Oh, okay. It's a whole puzzle because you never know. You don't know if you're doing it right or if you're doing it wrong. Also with like mental health, like some of the things I came up with in conversation is one of my lady friends, special lady friends, she said, how would you spend a day of self-care by yourself and then a day of self-care with somebody else? And that's something to really think about because a day of self-care with yourself, right? It's like, what would you do? When you by yourself, you got a day off, what you gonna do by yourself without calling somebody, without bringing nobody else? What would you do for you to make you feel good about yourself and take away the stresses of life, the stresses of work, the stresses of just random stress, random life stress, and just do what it is you want to do, whether it's chill in the house, sleep all day, watch movies, go for breakfast, eat mimosas or drink mimosas, you know, and then it's like, what would you do as a self-care day with somebody else? You and somebody else, significant other, things of that nature.
Is it a
And
self
those
care
are
day
things,
when you with somebody else? Is that a self care day?
it could be, it's just you and them. It could be like a one-on-one self-care, like maintenance, what you call it? Temperature check, something like that, you know. But what do y'all do for your self-care,
Well,
your mental health? How?
well, I want to go back to how you was talking about stress and one of these stress relievers that you're talking about is self care. Psychology. One of these psychologists had defined stress as a non-specific response of the body to a demand made upon it. And so that could be three different type of stages of it, right?
Mm,
Psychologists say that alarm, resistance, and exhaustion could be three types of different distinct stages of stress. And I would do a self care day. Like how I just said, I had went to go see Bad Boys. That was a me thing. I could have went on a date, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be alone for a minute just to have my own element. I'm used to going on to the movies by myself anyway. So that was more of a thing that I'm kind of comfortable with anyway, just to get my mind to relax and uh movies are entertainment for you to kind of sometimes escape your reality just for a little while.
right.
So
Just for a little.
just for a little while. So, dealing with stress like that, I do things like that. Sometimes I just go outside, kind of sit in the sun a little. I do things like that. Um but I'm big on movies, so I'm a movie person. Movies to me kind of relax me. I
That's
know
what's
people
up. What
I
you
know
do?
other people like to exercise and stuff like that. I do that sometimes.
What about you, Dr. Luke? What do you do for your mental health?
Well, for me, well, I'll go back. I'll answer your question, but I'll make sure I'll go back to what your original statement was when you first came in. And I'm probably a little different when it comes to like the mental health with men. Um, I think speaking for myself, I'll speak for myself first. That's the best I can do. I think society over time has created me to be in a position to be a softer man than I would if I was more in the old school kind of type society where it was a little rough. And the reason I bring that up is because I think there is a consequence to modern technology. There's a consequence to modern situations. Though there is a beauty to it, the modernness of our world as men, there is an underlying consequence. Great quote from Dan Pena said, good actions and bad actions both have consequences. So in the consequence of the good action of us being more modern, having more access to things, technology as men, I believe it has brought a level of sensitivity to us that is new to what we're used to. And I think in return, mental health became something that was way more prevalent to look at now because there's more time to be in your brain, especially as a man. All of us are not working 3 jobs. Some nowadays is getting a little crazy. We're kind of going back to that, but that comfortability of even just being able to get on the phone and see what the news is like, not having to go to the newspaper stand and talk to John, have a conversation with another man as I'm buying a 20-cent newspaper. What that taught me is that I'm now isolating myself with what we have because I'm not conversing with as many men as I used to. And with conversing with men, I think there's a benefit because you get a different perspective. So if I'm in my mind most of the time as a man, we got bills, we got all these things. I'm the only one really, I'm my worst enemy at that point. I'm not going down to the hot dog shop and chopping it up with Joe no more. I'm calling Uber Eats. They finna bring my hot dog, bro. Come on. So now these avenues where I can kind of let go about the kids, I can let go about the family. There's only one place now that we do that as men, and that's the barbershop, because we have to go. If we didn't have to go to the barbershop, I believe that would cut a lot of those mental things that we were doing as men to relieve ourselves. So now what we've done in the modern stage, we had to come with a modern solution. Okay, cool. I don't have all that no more, so I got to take a self-care day. I got to go and isolate myself, or I have to do these things. And I definitely agree with that from the basis of what I brought up. It's necessary now. But for me personally, I find self-care within pockets of the day. I'm not really as privileged right now to take a whole day, and I don't know how. I would lose my mind. I couldn't do it. If I go get my hair cut, I'm gonna have to feel like I gotta get some work done. I gotta get my hands dirty. I gotta do something. But I do think those small things, getting my hair cut, just going for a walk. I love going outside in nature. To me, that's where I begin to think the most. And walking around water as a man, like it just with the weight of the world, that is like, it's different. It just makes my mind relax. And it reminds me that I'm still flowing on a rock that's going over 2,000 miles an hour in the middle of nowhere. Like, it brings me back to reality. Like, everything gonna be all right. Just chill out, So that's what I do for my mental health as a man. And that's my perspective on it in that aspect.
That's real peaceful, walking on the water.
Yeah, man.
Especially before baptism. I also want to say, like, to the whole thing, Israel, about the self-care days and stuff like that. Like how you said, Luke, there's times where you just got to talk to your brothers. Like, there are men where you can engage in conversation, like how we do. Us three, we talk to each other all of the time about what's going on in our lives, and it's a healthy outlet, because most therapy is just talk therapy. And sometimes you got to talk your way out of situations and problems that you might have for yourself, and try to bounce off solutions to somebody else to see how it can kind of work for you. So it's real important for men to have other men that they can talk to, because the weight of the world, especially in 2024, we are in an election year. Uh, the prices of the inflation of our
Price is way too
economy
high.
is just, they
You
need to
gotta
cut
cut
it.
it. Mm-hmm.
It's
Got
a
me
lot of
stressed
stuff
out
going
looking at
on.
the prices. Mm.
But I always tell
Stuff
people when
don't
they
be adding up.
stressing, they should get themselves into something that could kind of like decompress them. So, like how we all just had different examples of what can help us calm and be in our own little element. I encourage our listeners and our viewers to do the same thing. Have something that you can do to make sure that you are uh, not as stressed, because there are going to be stressful elements in life, period. Um, and I know that stress can kill a man, especially a black man. We have a lot of
I
health
agree.
issues as we get older. There's things that we need to kind of cut out in our lives. That could be a woman, that could be food, that could be
Mm,
bills. Like there's different elements to stress. It ain't just one thing.
right. I think dealing with stress for your mental health, they got, I know it's a site that I was looking at called betterhealth.com. I think it's Better Health or Better Help. I don't know if you ever look it up when I'm talking about it.
I
Better
think it's
Health.
better help. I think it's better. I don't
Yeah,
think it's better help.
betterhelp.com, and they got a list of different type of therapists, psychologists that you could go down and you kind of shop for what you need. And then you pay them by the hour, whether it's some of it 65 an hour, 90, 100. And then you can see kind of sort of their rap sheet and what they specialize in, things of that nature.
BetterHelp, yeah, BetterHelp.com. Reach out.
Betterhelp.com.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
It's a really good site of resources and good psychologists, therapists, and things of that nature. And you can choose whether you want them black, white, old, lady, man, any of that, Asian, Caucasian, all that good stuff. But
Listen,
yeah, go ahead.
now I was gonna ask you, um, with the BetterHelp, they also what is it? Is it a program they have to where I think you can
It's
also people who also are trained in providing help to people. They have like both
yeah, it's
sides
like
of the
a
platform, right?
yeah, everybody on there that they have as the references, they all got their sheepskin on the wall. You know, they got their certificates, the PhDs, all them letters,
Yeah.
alphabets, and things of that nature. So it's like they've vetted on there, and it's not just three random guys talking, but yeah, they everybody they got their
Sound
everybody
like your
got
pop.
their letters and stuff, right? But
Yeah.
even then, it's people you can look at, but I think those are areas that we need people in, even though it may not pay. It's like somebody got to do it, but who's gonna understand us besides us? You know,
Yeah.
that's a good site I've been looking at, and just doing something mentally for you. Like I know every year for myself, probably like the last 6 years, part of my mental health that I do every year on my birthday, I take off. I don't remember the last time I worked on my birthday since like 2016, and I do whatever I want to, whether it's like wake up and sleep in, go out for breakfast, go for mimosas or something, or brunch, and do like something towards the day, a day party, or go to the range or something like that. Just do stuff that I've been wanting to do, and then maybe have like I don't know, friends over later on, or meet up later on, or spend time with my significant other or whatnot. But yeah, do something like that. And I know one year I brought it in with shots. It was me and my best friend, his girl, my girl. And they're like happy birthday, birthday shots, 12 o'clock. We up and things
Oh,
of
I
that
always
nature.
show out for my birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
don't care
I
who
don't
I'm
ever work.
with.
I don't work on my birthday. And yeah, the day of my birthday, maybe the day after or whatever. But this time it fall on a Friday. So I ain't working Friday. Might not work Monday. I don't know about Saturday. I don't know. But still, yeah, but it just give you that kind of like that relief where it's like, all right, I get a day out of the week, especially your birthday on the week during the week. And you can
Yeah.
do whatever you want. You got your bread up, whether it's chill, watch TV, be in the house, and do things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do for me. That's what I'm doing for me. I'm still trying to figure out plans, but I know I'm gonna go out to eat. Do a brunch. I be doing stuff people can't do during the day, and that's what I do for me.
Yeah, self love is important. Self care, self love is important. A lot of people need to get back to loving themselves. A lot of people are doing things. I know for a fact there's people that's doing things for others, and it's causing stress in their life. So
Absolutely.
get back to loving yourselves. Um, get back to taking a day or a period of time of the day to do exactly what you love and what represents you and your identity. Don't get lost in the other identities of other people because you're helping other people or you're doing things with other people. Um, Make sure that you also do things for yourself. So if you want to buy you a motorcycle, then you go ahead and do that.
Amen. I know that's right. You want to buy that motorcycle, you go and buy it. Don't let nobody talk you out of it. You want to buy that $800 watch or $150 watch or 150 something like that. Buy that thing. It's for you. You work for it. After a while, your birthday present's gonna get to a point where only you could buy them for you because somebody else trying to buy it for you or be saying it's too expensive or you don't need that. So yeah, you got to do what's for you. Buy yourself something nice, a little bling bling, couple of
Facts.
rings or some things.
Facts. And I know Luke, you had you a time yesterday and
Yeah.
uh and you had your elevation. And I just want everybody to take a little snippet at this real quick.
What you finna throw in, man?
Israel, you can see this?
Put my ice on real quick so they can see it. Oh, there we go. No, get
So I,
buck 50. Not too much. What a video.
so he had him a time because it was Father's Day yesterday, so and he had got elevated. So this how hot it was yesterday in the city.
So,
In the city.
this is for
He's about to knock everybody over.
Mm. Oh, I see
said
him
I'm about
working back there.
I said I'll never look. I said I'll never look at the video.
Man, I'm gonna have to come to church. Seem like y'all be getting down over there.
Yeah, it's a little hot up there when you working in this season, and then Queen ain't able to come down, so you got to kind of pull a little harder. But yeah, it was rough. It was rough, and I'm usually pretty solid. I'm solid. They
Yeah,
caught
you
me
want
lacking yesterday.
yeah, they caught you lacking for sure.
Caught me lacking a little bit. Should have took one more spiritual bath before I came in there. It was a little heavy yesterday, and I'm used to the heaviness. At one point in my life, I have done what probably made history like in our way of life. There's never ever been a time I think where two leaders lived in the same house and was pulling at the same time. And it's very torturing. It's very torturing.
Hmm.
So ever since that year, which is about like a year and a half, 2 years ago, I'm a little bit stronger now because that was different. I'm like, I don't think we ever did this before. When that time of season comes, you have two separate leaders. With my grandfather, he was still laying hands that year, as well as my aunt was laying hands that year. So I never forget that year. One morning I woke up, my back was hurting so bad I couldn't move the whole day. The whole house was laughing at me, but it's a nature thing, and it kind of go back to the mental health. That's why you were saying with water. You know, we as people, especially as Black men, we've been working with nature for a long time. We are the ones who created the drone. We are the originators of all portals that you can create in this world. And it usually started with music, or it would start with some kind of wavelength. That's how you would get in tune, or that's how you would get, you know, in a certain heaven-born mood. You feel me? Or in some kind of mindset to where things were happening, whether it was through a tone of chanting or it was through the drums. There was always that wavelength that had to be sent. So I think it does play a part into how we think and how we kind of relax now. If you think about movies, right? Movies are giving a signal, is giving a relaxing sound. There's sound, there's action, there's things going on. For some men, that really relaxes them. And I was also thinking, you know, we ain't really been called for war or nothing like that, right? Like we haven't gotten out certain things, like at least our generation or the past two generations as Black men, we haven't gotten out certain things that certain other men was able to get out. When I say get out, I mean those natural tendencies, running through the forest, grabbing the boar and fighting the boar, and, you know, and killing it and taking it home and eating it. Those things actually are proven to relax us as men. That is what we used to use back in the day to get stress off. You know, you get the boys, all boys, 20 boys who can catch the first boar first. Nowadays, like I said, it's different for us. So we have to go with it a different approach, but with the same, I feel it's still necessary to have the same intensity as we did before, like hunting, shooting, killing deer, whatever you do to get that male feeling off of dominance, I think is very healthy. Because then when you go back around your family, or you go back around your woman, or you go back around people who you are trying to be mindful of their feelings, you not expressing that in those situations. You can got that off. You can got that urge off, but you're still in your masculine self. So that's how I always thought about mental health. Like it's helping us perfect the masculine balance that we have within the world, with being dominant, controlling, and protecting. But you know, we still got that soft side where our woman can come to us and say, you know, baby, I got a problem. We not yelling at her. But you know, what's wrong with you? Why you always got a problem? You ain't got something off. You should have got off at the gym. Because then when that woman, your woman come up, what's going on, baby? I mean, what we need to talk about? How you want to handle this? You still taking that dominant approach, right? But mentally, you're in the right stage of mind to handle her emotions, or to handle your child emotions because they just dropped their lollipop, right? We shouldn't be bugging out over stuff like that. But unfortunately, nowadays we are, because we haven't really taken a lot of time to put a lot of emphasis on our mental health. You know, so I appreciate the month. Anything that's for us, as far as men, it helps us. We go, hey, right now, somebody right now who work on the power plant, I need my lights to stay on, bro. I need his mind to be good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I need these men to be able to go to work with a decent sandwich, right? Good pay and a good mental state of mind. They work with power plants, the power, the water, the sewage, all the stuff we be doing, man. Bro, we think about that too. Right. That's just my piece on it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's
well,
like,
y'all see. Go ahead.
we be having to need time and ways to express that outlet of exert of energy to the way life has come down on us, the way that we've been stressing or, you know, overthinking things. And that's why me personally, I'm like, fighting is a part of nature. Okay. Even when you look down at nature, you know, you get the lion cubs, they fight, you know, the dogs, they fight, they do it all. You know, it's part of them growing up. So I'm like, hey, it's healthy. Fighting is a healthy part of nature. It's a part of family. Okay. Nobody wins when the family feuds, but you just got to know when to stop. Right. So the kittens, the pups, the dogs, they know when to stop with mama and daddy, or, you know, mama and daddy know when to bite, just how to bite just right, but then to stop. But I always like a good fight of exertive energy, and then it's like, yo, once it's like this, all right, that's it. Once you down, you down. That's it, you know. But and then you de-stress. You gotta talk it out. But you know, some people they don't talk it out. You gotta talk. and express what's on your mind.
Sometimes I
But
get my aggression out in another way.
I'm crying.
oh, I think the viewers want to know.
Hey, look, everybody who know me know how I get down, so I ain't gotta explain too
So,
much. I know there's a couple of them listening and watching right now, so they know how we get when it's time. But yeah, for sure, you gotta have them outlets, um, so you can have a more peaceful and balanced lifestyle.
yeah,
You know, balance is key. Balance is key to having a more fulfilled life. Like I said, yeah, you gotta have that time for yourself and others and prioritize it. And make sure you don't get lost in what others want to do. Don't ever get lost in what others want to do. Always make sure that you continue to find yourself and be centered around yourself and understand that the mission that your soul is here for. You know, you were born alone, and even if you were a twin, one had to come out first before the other.
facts.
So there's always a thing that you have to have for yourself and remember for yourself to make sure that you are fulfilled, because you can do a lot of things in life for other people and still
Mm-hmm.
feel like you're not doing anything.
Yeah,
So you have to remember to take that time out for yourself to have that happiness, that true peaceful state of mind.
yeah,
And but yeah, like I say, like I do other types of things. So I try not to be doing too much, you know, especially now like this is our holy season. And just because I ain't there in Chicago don't mean that the principles just go away because I'm in another state. The principles stay with you for life. That's how you write things upon your heart to make things real to you. It's not just when you do it on one day or Sunday or a certain state that you're living in, but if you're taking the life lessons and applying it wherever you go, whether you're in Chicago, Vegas, California, or Atlanta, if you are part of the Coptic organization, the principles that you were sat down and taught when you were 12 years old or whatever time that you came into the organization, you put those and apply those lessons to your life, period.
yeah, it works too. Sacrificing as a man is a great way to practice mental health. Or sacrificing anything, but you know you sacrificing something good when it's bothering you. That's a good one right there. When
Yeah.
you have to talk to yourself, like, hold on, wait, no, 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 no. That's like building a mental muscle that a lot of men nowadays don't have because it's just everything. I get what I want when I want, which is true. But then when you're not able to get something that you do want, this is where sacrifices then paid off because now you still patient. You able to see, all right, I may not be able to get it this way, but I can wait. I can pounce on it. You know, it's looking, it's not vulnerable right now. I think that's what I've learned from it more than anything since I've, you know, received the Holy Ghost as a young man is the sacrifice. And I look forward to it because it has built me to be able to not stress over material things. Feeling like if I don't have this, I'm not proving this to the world that I'm a man. We always gonna have those thoughts, but
Yeah.
sacrificing reminds you that you really don't need the stuff that people try to tell you that you need. Or you really don't have to hang out with them. They'll be all right. They ain't doing nothing but finna
Right.
go kick it at Johnny's house for a little bit. They're gonna be cool. They're gonna be right there with that barbecue pit. They're gonna be right
Right.
there again. You know what I'm saying? It's man, it's taught me so much, bro. I'm at peace with just being alone and being with myself and being able to think and see how I feel about things.
You can stay out of trouble. You can go to sleep, come and go as you want. And it's like, oh, it's not. I don't know what just happened. There we go. Yeah, it's a lot of ways you can stay out the way, being by yourself or not showing up all the time. You know, it'd be stuff that people have different events and stuff. I'd be like, that's cool. I ain't gonna go to everyone, or I won't go because of XYZ. Or I'll show up and then leave. Get there early. leave early because when I'm on time, when I'm on the time frame, be like, all right, I'm gonna get here at this time, I'm gonna leave at that time. You could keep it moving, stay out the way.
All right, we finna take a commercial break, family. We gonna pick up on that.
Commercial.